are the days of our lives. Days of Our Lives, a new dramatic series starring MacDonald Carey.
Ben, 9 o'clock, right on the button.
Punctuality is a necessity in my business.
How about a cup of coffee?
We don't have the time. Aren't you ready?
Well, yeah, but first I'd like to discuss this meeting that you've set up with Harry Grill.
Mickey, you were due at Grill's office at 9:30.
Well, we'll be there, Ben, if that's what you really want. But I'm not so sure it's such a good idea. Now, that's what I'd like to discuss with you.
Mickey, it's a necessity. My daughter's future's at stake. Harry Grill's been a great help.
Ben, come on, sit down just for a minute, please.
Now, what's the problem?
What has Harry Grill done so far?
Well, he stayed on top of this. He has a full report for us. The probation department's found us to be cooperative, and, the school principal, Mr. Yarborough's, written a glowing letter.
A letter? To whom?
To Judge Bridges, of course.
Well, why, Ben? Who asked him to?
Harry did. And the principal knows as well, Mickey. He knows that Julie's no criminal, that she comes from a good family.
But Judge Bridges knows all that.
Yes, but I thought such a letter from Mr. Yarborough at the high school would give us an assist.
Boy, that's too bad.
Why too bad?
Well, I think it was a bad move. Nobody pressures Judge Bridges, and nobody impresses Judge Bridges. He calls them as he sees them.
Well, then perhaps we can help him to see things a little more fully. Anyway, Harry was for it, and there's no harm done.
I hope not, Ben. I really hope not. Now, come on, have a cup of coffee with me.
No. Yes, all right.
How do you like it?
Black.
The only way to fly it. There you go. Thanks.
Oh, what do you think?
I think Harry is just trying to help. But, you know, his experience is limited. He's a heck of a contract man. I'm sure he was just doing what he figured you wanted him to do. But meeting with him is not going to change the outcome of that hearing one bit.
Well, what do you think the outcome will be?
I think Judge Bridges is going to shake things up a bit. And hopefully he'll be able to get through to Julie so she'll start to think seriously about the consequences of her actions.
I hope so.
Ben, how's Addie? Is she as worked up as you are?
Yeah. Julie disobeyed her yesterday, ran off to a football rally. It was strictly an act of defiance.
What did you do?
Gave her a tongue lashing. What else can I do?
Ben, you know, there's really nothing to be done before next Tuesday. I mean, you can't change a whole life pattern in just 1 week.
I suppose having Harry in on this is grasping at straws.
Oh, I don't mind if you do, as long as you're realistic about it. Julie is in trouble. She's been headed that way a long time.
Why? Why, Mickey?
Golly, I suppose there are lots of reasons. I don't pretend to have the answers, Ben. The one thing I do know, a change is in order.
Think she should move out?
Do you?
I don't know. Patty and I have never even talked about that possibility. We always try to be good parents to both kids.
Well, then don't give up. Ben, there is really nothing you or anybody else can do until next Tuesday's hearing. Okay?
Oh, great man of the slide rule. Tony? Hotel Revere. Is he kidding?
You can pick me off the floor at the men's bar, Hotel Revere, Tony.
Yeah? Tony?
No, this is Jim Fisk.
Oh, hello, Jim. This is Tony's father.
Jim Fisk? Send him my regards.
How are you?
Oh, I'm just, fine. Tony isn't here right now. He's on the campus. He has one of those last-minute interviews. He's really been running around trying to get everything done in time.
Well, I'm at the Hortons, Jim. We were just checking on the flight. Marie and I will be waiting at the airport. Is it still Flight 602 arriving Salem at 7?
As far as I know, that's the plan. Look, I'd better get off the line now.
Is everything all right, Jim?
Oh, yeah, everything's fine. I have to go to a class.
I see. Well, tell Tony I called.
Yeah, I will. Give Marie my regards. Bye.
Bye.
Will you? That first one's kind of weak, so easy in the water, huh?
It was nice of Alice inviting me to lunch.
Well, we've got to impress the in-laws. Hello, Dr. Horton speaking. Oh, yes, Mrs. Shannon. How are you? No, you're not disturbing me. Yes, Mrs. Shannon. The description is refillable. I see. No, I don't have your files here, but I'm giving a lecture at the university at 3. I could see you there in my office, shortly after 4 o'clock. No, that's all right. Goodbye, Mrs. Shannon.
I'm sorry, Craig. Not at all. I enjoy watching you in action.
Never stops, I'll tell you that.
I know. But it must be wonderful to be able to help people the way you do, Tom.
That's wonderful, all right. Wonderful when you know you have helped somebody. But it can be frustrating, too, particularly when we know that we don't know everything.
Well, nobody knows everything, Tom. Even as a father, there are problems that can't be solved.
What's the matter, Craig?
Oh, it's just an old problem, Tom. When Tony's not here where I can see him, I worry. And when he's away, I imagine things. Hope everything's going well for him in Boston.
You know what you need?
No.
A dish of ice cream.
Ice cream?
We have a tremendous supply of vanilla icing. Alice is doing. I prefer chocolate myself, but she insists on not buying any more until we get rid of the vanilla. Come on, let's go to the kitchen and put Alice back to work.
Oh, Tom, really, I don't do it.
Oh, really? It's soothing for the nerves, unless you're a chocolate lover, too.
Oh, no. Vanilla's fine.
Come on, then. Besides, Alice has a way of erasing all your troubles by giving you a whole set of new ones. You'll be so wrapped up in the wedding plans that you'll forget everything else.
Oh, Tom, what are you wearing?
To the wedding?
Yes, to the wedding. Marie wants me to wear my uniform. I wondered what you thought.
Well, knowing my daughter, I'd say you have no choice. No say in the matter at all.
Well, maybe like that. Well, I thought it was elegant.
You don't like hats? You never liked hats. You never will like hats.
And Tony is crazy about them.
Oh, is that true, Craig?
Well, to tell you the truth, Tom, we never discussed hats.
Oh, that's strange. I thought it would be a subject of constant debate.
Very funny.
Oh, come on now. We were just kidding. Don't run off. Stay here and talk for a minute, will you?
Well, if you promise to be nice. Besides, there are a few things that have to be discussed with both fathers.
Like mother, like daughter.
Well, sure. And, if it's about my wearing my uniform for the wedding, the answer is no.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. It's just that I won't wear it, that's all. Unless you say please.
Somebody is putting me on.
Well, what's next on the agenda?
Flowers.
Oh, that's your job, Greg. Oh, it is? You expect us Hortons to do everything?
Dad, don't do that.
I know he's kidding me, Marie. What kind do you want? What do you mean, what does she want? My dear friend, you have to provide not only flowers for her, but for Alice, for Addie, the bridesmaids, the altar, the reception table. Really?
Oh, it isn't that bad. We're keeping it very simple.
Don't bother with it, darling. Mommy will get it in the kitchen.
Well, but maybe it's Tony.
Now, Marie, I told you I talked to Jim Fisk. Tony will be here at 7 o'clock. Everything's fine.
Still,
All right. It's Isabel Tower calling Mother. Unless you want me to pick up the phone and find out the subject of conversation.
I'm sorry.
What's the matter, Marie? You seem upset.
Oh, just a case of pre-marriage jitters, Dad would say. Well, I just hope that Tony's all right, that's all. I shall be so relieved to see him. I just want him here in Salem right now. I know it's silly and I can't help it, but that's the way I feel. I'm sorry.
No need to be sorry. No need at all. We'll see you later.
No.
I didn't help anything, I guess.
Well, she'll be all right. She's just worrying about Tony and that fellowship.
Tom, I told Tony he didn't have to worry about the future. If he has to remain in Salem to get his doctorate, I've got that big house. My flight schedule keeps me away most of the time. I would be little more than a boarder, that's all.
How does Tony take to that idea?
Tom, I've been a widower a long time. Tony's got his own life, especially these last few years. For me, there'll be very little change.
When they're married and living in Boston?
Well, I mean, if they stay here. I want them to have everything I have, including the house.
Nobody's questioning your intentions, Craig. But let's think about it a minute. Two families living under the same house. You know, we have a hard and fast rule here. Once they've flown the coop, they're on their own.
Tom, Tony's all the family I have, but he loves that house.
But it's yours. You're very much alive. Craig, you're still a young man. You have your full life ahead of you. He might think that he was cramping your style.
Well, that's his expression, all right.
Well, then again, he might think that you were cramping his style, right?
I never thought of that.
Come on, Tony. You got to get down to the airport.
Maybe I do, maybe I don't.
Now, what are you talking about?
Life, my boy.
Oh, Tony.
Life. C'est fini. My boy, it's finished.
Who says?
Fate says. And Dr. White, the hematologist. Well, he took a look at my red corpuscles, and he took a look at my white corpuscles, and he blew the house down.
I've heard of self-pity, but I never thought I'd see a real case of it.
Listen, you got no cause to talk, because you got no problems. But I do. And I have seen those lab reports, and I saw those blood tests. Hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't tell me about your weakened condition.
Wow. I haven't just been drinking. I've been thinking, too.
So have I.
Jim, I can't go back to Salem now.
Yes, you can, and you should.
No, I really can't.
Your father called.
When?
Oh, about a half hour ago. I was up at my place looking for you.
What did you tell him?
That you'd be on the scheduled flight. Arrive Salem, 7 o'clock.
Great.
He and Marie will meet you at the airport.
Well, they won't. Because I'm not going to be there.
Oh, Tony. Well, just because the doctor leveled with you and gave you all the possibilities, well, that's no reason that you have to expect the worst.
Yeah, but it is fatal. You see, I know that.
He didn't say that. Of course, if you're going to be the type who just gives up.
Knock it off.
Well, no, I won't. Now, look, you just, you see, what you're doing is, you're trying to hurt the woman that you love, just because you're expecting the worst.
Yeah, what do you want me to do? I mean, you want me to go back there and to smile and to plan for a wedding? You really expect me to do that?
Yes, I do.
Come on.
Tony, you're just looking at one side of the possibilities. Now, the odds toward a perfect recovery are much greater than the odds for fatality.
Yeah, how do you know that?
Well, I discussed it with Dr. Croner.
Yeah, well, you just go talk to Dr. White, because he happens to be the specialist. But I have been talking to him. And I know the tone in his voice. And I'm going to die, and I know it, and I accept it. So...
Easy, Tony. I understand why you're upset, but well, this isn't going to help it. Now, come on, let's go.
Go where?
To the airport.
There's no reason for me to go back to Salem anymore.
Marie, the wedding.
Yeah, well, there may not be any wedding either. I may just call the whole thing off. Because of illness in the family.
Don't be ridiculous. I mean it. Now, look, old friend. You don't mean that. And I know you don't mean it. So let's go. Look, I got you all your bags packed there in the lobby. We'll take a cab on me. Now,
No.
look, we can talk. We can talk in the cab. Now, come on. Now, this is your decision, not mine. And I do want to talk to you about it more, but not here. Let's go.
Keep the change. Like the man said, you can't take it with you.
Well, you all set? Bags are checked.
Thanks. I've been thinking, Jimmy. I really can't face Marie right now. I mean, I wouldn't know what to say with her.
You don't have to, not tonight.
Yeah, but she'll be at the airport with Dad.
Oh, I forgot.
Hey, maybe I could take an early flight. Maybe I could get time to think. I could probably sneak in and go on home. Dad's probably eating dinner over at the Hortons anyway.
Now, look. You just, got to give this a chance, Tony. Now, you got enough to worry about with the fellowship and the wedding. Now, that's plenty.
Yeah, but I got a feeling like I just can't explain it.
I think it's called fear.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's more than just that, though, because I'm not just feeling sorry for myself, really. I'm trying to think of everybody else. And especially Marie. Hey, Jimmy, I really love that girl with my whole heart.
I know you do.
And that's why I can't do it to her. I can't marry her, Jim.
You can't what?
Marry her? And I don't want you telling anybody about this illness. Now, you hear?
I don't understand. You're just not making any sense.
I'm just calling the wedding off, that's all. I can't help the way it looks. I just have to do it, that's all.
But you can't do that.
Yes, I can. That's what I'm going to do. Because what I can't do is face the thought of Marie taking care of me as an invalid. I can't do that to her.
Oh, she loves you very much, Tony. She wants that marriage. You know that.
Yeah, I know. And I know she'd do it, too. She would martyr herself, and I'd ruin her life. That's why I can't marry her. And I'm gonna have to tell her. Listen, I'll see if I can get a seat on an early flight.
Oh, wait, I'll go with you.
No, that's all right. I'm okay. I can handle it okay now that I know what I have to do.
It's a mistake, Tony.
Well, you let me worry about that, okay? There's only one thing that I want from you. Just one thing.
Yeah, you want me to keep quiet about the illness.
I don't want you to tell my dad or anybody here at Cambridge. Promise?
Okay. They'll send you word about the fellowship at Salem. I'm pretty sure it's yours. They'll send you a wire.
I don't seem to care much anymore.
What are you going to tell Marie?
I don't know. But there must be 100 reasons for calling off a wedding. I'll think of the right one. Listen. Goodbye, old buddy. And thank you, Jim.
Yeah?
Be sure to join us for the next episode of Days of Our Lives.